Is the light right for you?
Are we live?
We should be. Almost. All right. Now we're live.
Welcome to the ranch. What's going on, everybody?
Hey, guys.
So glad to see everybody in here. Got a little bit of a late start, but we're so glad to be in here. Give us that 5x5 if you can hear us. A thumbs up. Howdy do. We are working on trying to get this stuff situated. We got a late start again.
Yeah, it's been busy. Eric's work has been busy, crazy busy. Like he's on his phone now for work. You may just like be in charge here. Hey, I'll take it over.
Are you just trying to be in charge again? Good.
Hey
grief.
guys, everybody that's coming in here. Let's see who's here. I'll scroll up because I don't have my thing over here yet. Let's go. Let's see. Mr. Jake's in here. How are you? Roberta's in here. Hello. We've got Jocelyn. Hey, girl. Hey. She dropped off Jack today. Jocelyn Hobbs over at Dirt Ranch just dropped off their oldest girl for college today. Oh, we're starting to have trouble with the internet. I have a feeling tonight's going to be a night for that because we have been struggling with the internet all week. And I should have called today. Let's see. We've got Kevin from Hiking with Jackie Boy in here. Hello. We've got Miss Lisa, Jesse's girl at Lazy Days Ahead. We've got Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa. So Mr. Jesse's in here. The Vineyard Farmhouse. Hey, Brian. Good evening to you. Oh, yeah. Lori says 3x2, not 5x5 because we're really struggling here. Let's see. How are you, Lori? Cool Gamers in here. Let's see. Brampton Gardener's in here. I did not make it, but I told him about it. Seriously, though, I did tell him about it. I'm thinking about trying it. Let's see. Fallen Arkansas veterans. How are you, Charles? I hope you're doing well because I know you had surgery. I think you were supposed to have surgery last week or the week before. No, it was last week, the first week of August. Hey, Miss Lisa. How are you? Let's see who else is in here. Eric is working. No, it's not your internet, Brampton Gardener. It is my internet. It has been really crazy.
It's been funky.
It's been bad. Hey, living in Abundant Grace Homestead. How are you? Thank you for coming in. What's up, Miss Ann? Little Frenchie in Big Texas. They're getting their pool redone. I haven't seen the videos yet, but I've been seeing the community posts. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I've been watching how excited Jake is.
Jake is super excited. I think the girls are a little bit more excited, though.
This is why I hate pools.
Oh, my gosh. We haven't even gotten ours working this year. I just haven't felt like dealing with it. Hey, Miss Karen Breast. How are you? New York girl. Florida Heart. How are you in here? Good to see you in here. Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm glad you figured that out.
I see it all the time in my stuff. I see her in my feed.
Okay.
Your chicks are now chickens, Monica. Wait, our chicks are now
you
chickens.
Asked me about
I know. I know. I need to come get them. We're going to go pick up a pig this Saturday, I think, down in Lively in that area. I could probably come by your way if you're going to be home. You're not even going to be home, are you? Are you going to be even up this way? Peterson Farms of Nashville, how are you tonight? Thank you for coming in here. Oh, there's Kevin right there. Jackie Boy says hello. Well, hello, Jackie Boy. Let's see who else is in here. I am like leaning in here to the camera.
Don't, because that's how you wind up having old lady back.
I know. I have old lady back just because I'm old lady right now. So let's see who else. It went fine so far. So good. Good to hear, Charles. I was thinking about you. We were praying for you. Oh, Ann says the pool will look so good. Video coming soon.
I want to see in that video. I want to see a lot of
Jake's face
smiling.
His excitement level.
No,
I just want to see Ann jump in the pool.
His delight of dealing with the aquatics.
I think that one of the first times I saw Ann in videos, she was jumping in the creek or something.
Oh,
and it was so cool. Do you remember that video where she was like swinging on the thing, trying to jump? Hey, Miss Carmen. Miss Carmen over at Jesus Loving Homesteader had a birthday, I believe, just yesterday.
Did she hit her 30s yet?
She just hit her 30s.
Oh,
she's like a year into her 30s.
What a widow baby.
She's so young, so cute.
So
love her so much. Hey, Abigail. Abigail's in here reminding everybody, don't forget to give the thumbs up and like the video. Let's see what else. All right, you can take charge of that, and I'm going to go over here.
I've been given permission, folks.
Oh, you have been given permission.
I don't
You're
need
welcome.
permission. I do what I want.
Yeah, right. Jake says, sad face. He's got angry faces, sad faces, all kinds of faces.
Let's see how he's feeling today. Oh.
That's some mixed emotions right
there.
there.
Yeah, we need to pray for that young
man. That's a lot of mixed emotions.
That's a lot.
Let me see real quick.
Poor guy.
I love it.
You love what? Torturing people?
No, I just like his round of emotions.
Pools are torture. That's all they are.
That's so funny.
It's such
not torture. It's amazing.
Nah.
It really is. It's amazing. All right, let's see.
Squirt each other with some hoses. You can pull a chapter out of Jacob, our son.
Our boy.
Take a chapter out of his book and just get in the trough.
No, just get in the trough. He's a gross kid.
Dip your head in the trough. Call it a day. Move on.
Do not.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't do it.
What do you mean don't do it?
Don't do that.
How could you not do it?
Not recommended.
Highly recommended.
No.
We got the Peterson Farms of Nashville.
Yes, I just said hello to them.
Well, I'm saying hi.
Oh, okay.
Can we not both say hi?
We can both say hi.
Did you say hi to Nancy or Our Treasured Homestead?
I didn't. Hey, Our Treasured Home. How are you?
Oh.
Miss Nancy's seen a chupacabra before. She knows.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
She knows. She's my girl.
31 status.
She knows.
What up?
Yeah, she's feeling cool.
I don't know if I've ever seen Carmen with sunglasses. I'd like to see that. I feel like that's out of her wheelhouse.
Yeah, I think she wears sunglasses. I think she takes care of her eyes. I think she takes care of her eyes.
Okay.
What's up? Mr. Kacy is in here from Ormsby Farms. How are you? Did you know that he is doing starting this coming Monday, I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Kacy. He is doing a viewing, like a screening of not a
dead
viewing
people?
like dead people, like a screening. So you can come like a watch party, right? So you can click over and to Ormsby Farms on Monday evening at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and you can watch The Chosen. And he's going to have like a watch party. So you can just, get your dinner, put it up on the screen and just watch, but you can watch The Chosen through Ormsby Farms.
Not a bad show.
There you go. Hello, Mr. Scott. How are you? Dave's in here, Texas Carnivore.
Wait, now I'm confused. The last time he was in here, wasn't it like Dave?
Land, yeah. Hey, Troy, how are you? Actually, I need to text you. I'm going to be texting you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Be ready. He's like, I'm going to avoid my phone.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't wear sunglasses. It irritates my nose. Weird sensitivity.
What did I say?
But I imagine that she could if she wanted. Like if she
no,
really
she can't.
was. Like,
she just said she can't.
I mean, but like maybe for not a long
it's
time. Do you ever wear them? I'm gonna have to go look and scroll through her Facebook now to see if she ever has sunglasses on at all.
Nope, she's had some hats on. I think like some of them straw hats or something. Maybe in Florida.
She does wear good straw. She does wear good hats. Yeah. I've seen her in good hats.
Yeah.
No, we're not blocking anybody, Jesse. Do not listen to Eric. He is not in charge.
Wait, what are you?
He is not in charge. It's every Tuesday. Kacy, I think you said it was Monday on one of the posts that I was looking at. So you may want to go back and check your Facebook post. It is every Tuesday. That's what I was thinking. But if it's Tuesday, it's going to run right into our recording stuff. Oh my gosh. What is going on?
What is he doing?
Hey, Gwen. How are you? Jeannie Lipsky. How are you? Oh, bowl of ice cream. It's still hot there. Yeah, it's pretty hot here. What's the temperature here?
Bro, let me tell you about that.
The heat?
So I woke up this morning. You know what the temperature was this morning?
It's 10 after 8 and 103 right now. Still where we are.
Well, that's cooling down.
Yeah.
You know what temperature was this morning?
Current location 103. 103. What was the temperature?
71.
Yeah, it was nice.
I had my windows down, riding down the road.
This was the last day of nice morning you're gonna feel for like another week. It's supposed to be like the heat dome. I was watching Ryan Hall, y'all. Awesome channel.
I know we talk about that a lot.
Seriously though, I watched it and he said heat dome. It's like a bubble. Like all of us, we're just in this bubble of like nonstop heat.
If we ever want to know what it feels like to be a casserole,
yeah, we're gonna be in the oven of heat. Yes, I'll be out of service for at least a week. Wink, wink. Ha. I knew you would be, but that's why I was warning you that I was calling.
Mm-hmm.
I've warned them if I absolutely had to, but 99% of the time I don't. Boom, right there. See, she might have had a 1% where I may have seen her with a picture of her in sunglasses. Susan Powell, hello, how are you? Hopefully you're doing good tonight.
Yeah, so what a swing though. Think about that, 71 degrees, and it was And that was in the car, so I was probably a little off. But
Well, you got to work a little earlier today than
it was
usual.
registering at 1:11 in the car.
What time you're coming home?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the high heat here where we live, a little bit different than on the East Coast for sure. But yeah, about 4:30, 5 o'clock here is that high heat. And doggone it, man. I would say it was probably like closer to 108.
Yeah, it's pretty warm. 103 right now in Poetry, Texas. That's lovely. I'm gonna tell you. She said, I feel like a baked potato. And Casey
Without
says,
sunglasses on those eyes.
Casey says, thank you for those who identify as a casserole. It's definitely been warm.
Look at this.
Southern Roots, Alaskan Branches. I believe that's Josh.
Let's go.
And he just pulled some like mega zucchini out of his garden up there. I saw on his community post, I believe it was his community post, or maybe it was a video that I just saw still shot up. And he had like an armful of like zucchini, you know, like the real long ones that are like hide in the back of the garden bed.
Oh, the ones you trip over by accident?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Of course.
Oh,
how are the piglets doing? Yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah, is anybody out there, maybe just drop it in the chat. This is going to be probably a mixed answer, and I'm being very sarcastic when I say that. Just drop it in the box if you've ever told your kids to do something and they haven't done it, and then at some point in time it bites you.
So here's the thing. 2 Saturdays ago, I planted a bunch of fall garden items. I put a bunch of stuff in the ground.
It was the perfect time.
It was the perfect time.
High five for doing it exactly.
You just hit me in the head.
Sorry,
okay.
Exactly when you were supposed to.
I did, and I'm following the Dallas Gardener. There's a really cool page I follow. And
I just watched the replay.
Yeah, you just watched me beat me in the face.
Beat you in the head.
Anyway, Dallas Gardening School, and I follow a couple specifically Dallas gardeners so that I know that it's in this area and I'm following the right timing. Anyway, my calendar says exactly when it's time to plant for fall gardens. I'm really excited. I'm putting stuff in pots. I'm putting stuff in the ground. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, I sat outside. What?
Have you checked the stuff in the garden?
No, I haven't. I haven't gone out there today. Not in the garden. I'm not going outside in the garden in the middle of the day.
When it's 108 degrees.
There's no reason for that. Not in this weather.
There is reason.
Okay, so today, and I was super excited, and we're starting to like jam up over here. I was sitting out there yesterday with Eric. We were sitting there talking, and he was like, "Hey, you're not worried about your plants out here with the chickens and stuff?" I was like, "No, I'm not worried. It's been out here for like 10 days, and it's fine." And I just told him, I said, "You know, those squash that I planted," and it was like question mark squash because it was either spaghetti squash or butternut. I couldn't remember. The bag opened up into my one group, so it was like mixed mash. I didn't care which one it was because I like them both. And so I grew 4 little babies. They were like this tall each. They had the whole first set of true leaves. I mean, they were big. They were gorgeous. And they were beautiful. They were beautiful. Were is the key word. Eric said, don't you think you should put them in the, and I said, I'm actually going to plant them tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to go plant them out into the actual garden. And then I'm going to take everything else and put it in the greenhouse. I just didn't want to put it out there last night. I wanted one more night of it being cooler temperatures, kind of sitting there. I went out there this morning at like 9:30 and they were gone. Everything that had been growing. My little baby broccolis that were like this big.
Oh, it was so delightful.
Oh, they're at Dallas Garden School. I follow them all the time. She has a calendar she puts out every year. I love it. So if you're in the area, grab the calendar. It's great. But anyway, yeah, needless to say, all of my plants were gone. Eric's like, Monica, didn't I say to put it in? I was like, yeah, but again, they were safe there. The chickens and ducks didn't even mess with them. I don't know why all of a sudden they want to put their hands and their little beaks all over my stuff. They had been leaving them alone. They've been leaving them alone. So Eric figured out exactly what happened to them. It wasn't the chickens and ducks. They could care less.
They didn't care.
The turkeys didn't even care. It wasn't even my little turkey friends who were very inquisitive. Wasn't the turkeys either.
It wasn't the turkeys. I'm being your hype man, by the way.
It was the piglets.
It was the piglets.
They're like a posse of gang members that are not acceptable. It's not acceptable over here. They are not welcome in my front yard. And they were in the side and front yard today. They were digging in my stuff. Yes, Gwen, I'm going to work on replanting tomorrow.
They would be
in
doing
the melting sun.
What I like to refer to as running amok.
Oh, they were running amok. That's what they're doing. And it's not even fall. It's not even Halloween. There's no hocus pocus here. Amok, amok, amok. That's what they were doing. So angry. Oh my gosh, it makes me so angry. But it makes me feel better. At least I know it wasn't my chickens and ducks, because that's what he was concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that they were fine, because I was like, they have left it alone. It's going to be fine. Tomorrow I'll do it. I went out to do it this morning.
At work.
Done. Oh, so frustrating.
There's a lot of people that work at my building, and several people that I'm responsible for. And we talk about this quite often, that people make mistakes.
I didn't make a mistake. I did fine.
Listen. Are you going to listen? See, this is the problem with today's society. Nobody wants to listen.
And I'm glad the piglets are healthy and well and doing great. But they're running amok. Go ahead, finish.
Okay. But everything is a learning lesson.
Yeah.
So my question to you is,
it was the pinks.
My question to you, what lesson did you learn from this?
Exactly what Eco Neighbor just said.
What?
You can't trust no one on the homestead. That's exactly it. You're on it.
No,
Rob said it right there.
No,
put it up.
You're supposed.
Put it up.
You're supposed to
put the comment up.
Oh my goodness!
Right there. That's an inspirational message right there. Can't trust no one on the homestead. He's good for giving inspirational messages, by the way. Go find. I'm not being for real. If you haven't followed Eco Neighbor, go follow him on Instagram and stuff. He is really good inspirational. He gives inspirational reels. That's it, though.
They're like a bunch of thugs out there.
They are.
Running them up.
If you could put like little bandanas on them.
Would they be red or blue?
They would.
Or black.
They would be.
Or brown.
They would
or
be
green.
Pink.
Pink.
For the little pink piggies they are.
I know.
They would be maroon for the red wattleness of them all. They are just bad. They are 4 weeks old, going up on 5 weeks old, and they are just bad. They're bad, and they're almost all girls too. 6 out of 7 are girls.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that explains a lot.
That explains a lot.
Girls are trouble. Always jammed up. We keep jamming up. The piglets causing chaos. Miss Monica didn't, but then to work. I didn't put them to work. They can't do anything. They just cause a mess. It's awful. They are gangster piglets.
Well,
you think those toms are bad news, Kacy? They are not bad news. Turkeys are a drop in the bucket. Roosters are a drop in the bucket.
Wait until I put the video out.
Piglets?
You can see it. Dude, it was fun. The one took off running so fast that he lost control and did like a headfirst slide, then got himself together and took off running again.
Oh my gosh. Did you see what Byron Forge said? Somebody said Sarah Jessica Porker. Yes, Sarah Jessica Porker. That's exactly. These, oh my gosh, they're bad. They're just bad piggies.
They're naughty by nature.
And every time I know they're bad and I expect them to start being naughty at some point, but man, they're naughtier than usual. I feel like earlier. And it's so hot outside. You would think they didn't want to run around and be naughty. They actually have dug out, and you didn't see it. They dug out the entire underneath of the duck coop. The whole underneath side, the dirt area where our ducks lay, they have dug out all in the inside. Well, and that's where because it's shaded and it's like cool, nice, damp dirt. And they've just like streaked in it and just put, oh my gosh, it's a mess.
Text the boys, tell them to get off the internet, please.
Okay, I'll ask them to get off the internet.
I lost train of thought. Now. There was something I was going to say.
The pigs being bad.
I was going to add to it, but well, no, it goes back to the original thing. It's when you give a task for something to be done, and it's not done. So how old are these piglets?
Almost 5 weeks.
5 weeks that we've had the opportunity to get out there and get the fence fixed.
Not we. I don't do that. That's not me.
I understand, but I don't want to call names on this live broadcast right
Jonathan should have done it.
Okay, you just called him out.
My 15-year-old. He doesn't watch this. I'm not ashamed to call him out. The 15-year-old should have done it.
Yeah, well, he didn't.
She said nobody's on the internet. They're all doing animals right now. No internet. We've been having trouble with our internet all week. I'm just hoping it sticks around for a little bit because we got some beautiful people coming up here in a few minutes.
So before they come up here, I want to share something about work. Now, normally, I don't like to talk about.
We got 10 minutes because they're not coming home for 8:30. But yes, go ahead.
Okay, well, thank you.
Susan said, "Are you naming them? Because crispy bacon would be good." And then Jesse said, "Why do you think Texas allows for wild hogs to be hunted year round?" Yeah.
Well, these aren't even wild.
No, they're wild. but they're a good red wattle Tamworth cross. They're heritage breeds that are wild. Uneducated piglets, they didn't know that they left them alone. They would eventually get stuff from your garden. Oh my gosh. Yeah, if they had just left that other stuff alone, they could have gone to the garden and really tore through there. Hey, Ryan, how are you? Yeah, they're crazy. Kevin Bacon.
You going with that one?
That's a good one.
Is it?
Oh, it's hilarious.
It is something funny when you have human animal names.
It is so funny. Oh, there you go. Jesse said you can order Starlink here. Desert Goat said if I lived closer, I would have fixed that piglet cage. That's true.
Wait, what?
That's because your name's not Jonathan.
Yeah.
Pigtails. Pigtails. Woo. Anyway, what else do you have to say about your work? Come on.
Oh, okay. So, dude, this was pretty cool.
By the way, you're way behind still.
Okay. Well, here,
okay, go
you
ahead.
can do that while I'm.
Okay.
So we're at work and we're at this meeting, and I won't really mention names of companies and stuff like that. But anyway, there was supposed to be this big event, and the reason they were having this big event was because this tenant in particular was somehow bought into producing musicians. And so this was supposed to be like a release of an album party thing.
Okay. At your building.
At my building.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's kind of neat. Who is it? Like, who's this person?
Okay.
And they were like, oh, it's, somebody that you probably never heard of. And I said, oh, okay. I said, well, who is it? And they're like,
Pamela Anderson.
They were like, I'm in the middle of a story.
But he said who was it, so I was just chiming in.
It wasn't Pamela Anderson. Anyway, so they were like, you probably won't know him because they're a gospel singer. And I'm like, that's right up my alley. Who is it? And they're like, just some guy. He's not very big. His name is Dante, I think. Dante. And I'm like leaning in because I do know Dante. And they're like, Dante Bo? And I was like, scrolling through my phone. I'm like, boop, you mean this guy?
That's cool.
And I was like, dude, I can't believe that. Well, they shut the party down.
Why?
They weren't going to let them do it. It was too many people up on this particular floor. And I was like, bro, why did you just ruin everything?
Oh, you could have been in there getting autographs, getting pictures.
Dude, this guy's got I don't know about the new album. I haven't heard it. But I think this is maybe his first full album.
Wow.
But he's the guy on some of these other like worship songs where he's got like that like buttery smooth.
I understand. Buttery smooth voice.
Like a deep voice. Mm-hmm. You know who I'm talking about?
No, not at all.
I might have to pull it up.
You can't. If you pull it up, we'll get copyright. Don't do it.
I don't really care.
I do. I have this one monetized, even though we don't get any money for it. Because I can't figure out how to get all those stupid monetization stuff. Anyway, don't play it on here, Eric Bland. Don't do it. Oh, wait. What is you have another one? We have another. Let's see. Miss Ann, we were talking about how the piglets came and they ruined all of my stuff I just potted. I mean, I just planted my little baby plants that were like 10 days old that were growing great. And the little pigs came like a gang and they destroyed everything. It was awful. Hermione Hamhock. Dante Bowie or Bo. This guy right here. Casey knows. He is flipping out right now.
Yeah.
Because he loves his gospel music too. Look right there. Look, he's got his name. He knows who he is. Yes, Miss Ann. It was awful. They're like a little pig posse. Do not play it, Eric. Seriously.
I'm turning it down. Settle down, woman.
Oh my gosh. Seriously. Oh, he was on one of the elevation worships. No, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. You will hear it on here. Stop.
Can anybody hear it?
Yes, they can hear it. Oh my gosh. Did you ever figure it out? Ryan? Eric, stop. You're going to
listen to that.
No, I don't want to hear
butter.
It. Stop.
It's like butter.
What is wrong with you?
I can't believe I could have
you couldn't met
I could have met him and then we could have harmonized together.
Ryan.
We could have.
I will call you. Wait a second. Did you just say you were going to harmonize with this guy?
Yeah. That's what I do. Other musicians.
He was going to come in the shower with you.
What?
And you were going to sing together in the shower.
That was weird. Why would you even say that?
The only time you would sound good in the shower.
I stand next to you when we sang worship songs.
I don't hear
just
you.
Now
I don't hear you when we're singing worship songs in church. I hear nothing. I sing to the Lord. I don't even hear myself half the time. It's probably a good thing. Look, Casey said he was just listening to him in the earbuds.
That's what I'm talking about. It's the
Hogzilla.
new release.
That's hilarious. And Andale heard it. See?
She heard what?
Andale and Desert Goat both heard it. They heard it.
Let's just play it.
No. Eric, just sing to it. YouTube will feel sorry and not demonetize you. No, do not.
I can't.
Eric sings solo, so low we can't hear.
Or we could sing 10 or 10, 9 or 10 feet away, 10 or 12 feet, whatever.
Yeah. Why you gonna mess that one up?
It's corny. It's a dad joke. Ryan, I'm disappointed.
I'm not.
There it is, right there. Look,
Good.
or
10 or 12 miles away. I think it's good. I liked it. That was good. Thumbs up for you.
Not good.
2 thumbs up for you. Good one.
Anyway, so I had the opportunity, as I said, to maybe drop some bars with this guy.
You had no opportunity. It was taken from you. And I'm going to tell you, you weren't going to be in there singing.
I would be
99% sure you were not going to be in there singing.
Well, I can tell you 100% that I know what he's going to sing about. How about that?
He was going to sing about Jesus.
Okay.
You think he was going to be singing there, though?
Yeah, that's what they do. They show up, they drop a few bars, they go.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't know. We should ask Casey. He's a star. He used to be in the Hollywood industry.
Well,
you think he would have shown up, Casey, dropped a few bars, and like hung out with his peeps? Is that what you think happens?
Maybe would have had like a soundtrack he could have sung to.
Oh my gosh, what in the world? And Ryan said, "Don't hate me because you ain't me, bro." He did a song with Maverick City. Yes, that's what he was like,
He's done a lot of collaborative efforts.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I know for sure that he would sing with me, because he does collaborations when it comes to songs.
Okay, I got to ask real quick. Hey, Carla, how are you? Miss Carla's birthday was like literally today or yesterday. Is your birthday today, Carla, or was it yesterday? I just saw it. Happy birthday, by the way. Real quick.
People are asking for me to sing.
Real quick. I'm sorry.
But I might have to hold it up
I
for
gotta see
Dante.
This. Okay, Gwen, I love you. But how teeny tiny are you that you stumped your toe on a cardboard box and you think you broke it? You put your boots on and tried to ignore it, but have been limping all day long. It is probably purple. You need to go take your boots off.
You need to take a look.
And put your foot up.
You need to look.
And real quick, what kind of cardboard was it? Was it filled with cement? Because
there's some hard cardboard.
Cardboard? I rip it with my hands.
Some of them.
Most of them I rip with my hands.
Give her a break.
Jesse said, I think Eric should go on American Idolatry. And he said, hi, you're my celebrity friends. Look, y'all should know. Hey, don't even try it.
People are just hating because they don't have this,
oh my gosh,
this angelic voice like I've got.
A joyful noise is what I've told my house. I sang with. Did you see that?
What?
Look, Bar Run says, I sang with Chris Stapleton once.
I don't know who that is.
He's a singer.
But not like Dante.
Probably, because more people probably heard of Chris Stapleton than Dante Bowie or Bow or whatever his name is.
Because he's older or something. That's it. That's the only reason why.
Hey, Ryan says you need to come back home and hit up the hymnals from the 1890s.
Right on, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm down
yes.
with that.
Look, Steven said a concrete board. Concrete. Okay. So, well, technically we was the radio, but I sang with him. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, there's the answer. It was a cardboard box in the processor. Those boxes are tough. Okay. I'm going to give you a little bit on that one. They're thick boxes.
No, yes. Wait, so now you're coming off of I ripped them with my hands?
Well, I still can break those down. However, they are thicker boxes. But she's also, I've seen her videos. She's like a peanut. Like she is a peanut.
It doesn't mean she don't have muscular
You drink milk,
toes.
right? Get some calcium. Get them bones strong.
You know she'd be making that food though. She's gonna be strong.
That's true. She makes a lot of.
Don't underestimate her.
I know.
She's a person you see if she got in a fight with somebody, I bet she'd give him a whooping.
Yeah, probably.
She's gonna be like Nolan Ryan when Robin Ventura.
Maybe her toes are her Achilles. That's her weakness, is her toes.
You think so?
Could be.
That's why she keeps them covered up.
With her boots.
With her boots.
Cowgirl boots, yeah. That makes sense.
Mr. Boots wants to know if it's her baby toe. That
is usually the toe that you snap, like right there on the edge. Oh, it hurts so bad.
Why are people walking so close to things? That's my question.
People were in a hurry. She was probably in a hurry.
I mean, she's taking a turn like she's in a NASCAR or something.
She got to do things, okay? She has a lot of animals to take care of. And then she's going to come back in and make like 18-course meal for lunch.
She's making a lot. She got 10 pies in the oven.
Look, I thought Kacy cooked. Gwen be cooking at her house.
I think we should have a cook-off.
We don't need a cook-off.
We should do a cook-off.
Gwen would win the cook-off before the cook-off started. She'd be like, before the cook-off started, I made 32 pies. I made a few appetizers. I made 14 sandwiches. And then I made 18, maybe 19 tiny cups of coffee for anybody that was coming to the cook-off.
So here is an important question.
She made mozzarella today.
Here is an
We need to have our friends.
This is an important question to know when you're kicking stuff.
Are your feet big?
Because she can belittle and have
shoe do you wear?
Big feet.
She probably wears like a little size 6. I imagine she's.
What if she wore men's
baby foot?
What if she wore men's 12s?
I doubt it.
Maybe that's why she keeps her feet covered up.
That's true. She made mozzarella today. Carla said she sang with Kenny Rogers at HLR in 1979.
Well, I'm gonna tell you who I didn't sing with. Dante.
I know.
Because he's not allowed to come. Because thinking fire marshal ruins everything in life.
Don't say that.
Well, he's not listening.
You don't know that? Maybe the fire marshal likes YouTube. He's stumbling on stuff, and all of a sudden, boom, we pop up, and you're like, fire marshal ruins everything. They're just coming for you tomorrow.
She only wears, what if he shuts me down? That's not good.
Mm-hmm. Night, Troy, I'll call you tomorrow.
He's had enough of you.
No, she has not a big foot, 6.5. See, I knew it.
Children,
teeny
6.5.
Teeny tiny.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
see, I'm
you
with
want to
you
get your
over
guests
there.
up here? What are we doing?
I know. We're waiting. They're waiting for us.
They got to go to bed soon.
They're
already working on borrowed time.
Kacy turns in early. She's got an early day.
Yeah.
She needs to go to bed. Look, she said nope.
She's trying to stay awake right now.
Okay, wait. Did you turn that mozzarella into homemade frozen battered cheese sticks? What? Okay, we got to stop. Kacy, stop with your frozen food. Kacy told me the trick too.
Wait,
all good things.
Now, normally you bring them up. I'll just say this while you bring them up. But
here comes our guest.
But just out of curiosity, every week we talk about food and you get on me, and now you're bringing people that talk about food or make food all the time. No,
there's a lot more to their channel now than just food. I only watched you for the food before. I'm just going to be real. Okay. I only watched you for Kacy's Kitchen. That was it. I didn't care about anything else. It was just Kacy's Kitchen. I needed to watch
75% of it.
Yeah, I needed to watch those videos like 150 times. Like I had you on replay. You were on my watch later list. I just I kept several. Usually on my watch later list, it's like crime shows, like 48 hours. I need to watch things like that, and I only have a few actual YouTube channels that I know the people. Yours is one because I will go back and rewatch.
You slip in the food piece, like you've had
food with murder.
You've had enough murder going on, so now you want to watch something about egg drop soup.
Egg drop soup.
Yeah, she gets hungry. She was watching
egg roll on the bowl. The Sweet Baby Ray's. She did a Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue mock.
I had it tonight too.
Was it good?
Yeah. Yeah. Duh.
Oh. See, I'm gonna make
try everything first, so it's taste tested before.
Okay, there you go.
No, this one was not. It was live.
But we've had it. I'm saying we've had it before, and you put it up, so we've tasted it.
Okay, so for anybody in here that doesn't know, this is Kacy and Steven from Boots Bounty Homestead. So, so you guys have been through a lot of changes this year. So tell everybody what's going on with your channel and what kind of changes you guys have been through.
Well, the channel hasn't really changed too much. It did because we moved back in October. We went from
Has it been October?
Yeah, it's been almost a year.
Oh my gosh, I feel like it was just this year.
I know, us too. But yeah, we moved in October from our little third of an acre in the city to almost 6 acres. And when we moved here, there was no buildings outside. There was no outside buildings. It was a house, lots of trees, and a pond, and that was it. And so we've had to make buildings. We've had to make our own garden from scratch. Of course, when we went ahead and got chickens, as soon as we moved here, that was one of the first things we did because we planned the garden to have the chickens like in the garden. And so we built the garden around the chickens. And eventually, if we ever want to move the chickens out, we will already have that spot, already there. And so then Lord, I don't know what else we got. We got livestock guardian dogs. That's the first time we've ever had those kinds of dogs.
First time we've had dogs.
Yeah, us together.
Since we've been married, yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Wow.
first time we've had dogs together. We've been married almost 15 years. And hello, Miss Karen. And that's been a new experience because growing up, we always had, mutts. We just had, mixes and, whatever Daddy brought home. That's what we had. And they were pets. And then getting the, livestock guardian dogs was a total new adventure. They're not normal dogs. They're not your everyday pet.
Yeah, they're not pet dogs.
They are not pets. So we have learned a lot from them. And I hear her barking out there now. She's working. She works 24/7.
Yep.
And are really proud of her. She's done really, really good. Mama Bobo. And then we've got her 2 puppies, and they are they just turned 7 months old on the 1st. So they were born New Year's Day. So they're 7 months old, and they're 75% as big as her. So they're getting on up there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're training them. We still got them on tie outs. We're still learning commands with them because, once we let them out, we need to have them to be able to respond to us, so they don't just totally run off.
Yeah.
But Bobo's done really good. She goes and does her job and come right back, and she'll lay in her little post and she just watches. Just sits there and watches. I just sit there and watch her all day. She's so pretty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So you want to say anything? We'll talk.
Well, we had to put it in a shed.
Steven's got.
I just sit there and wait until she hits the button that says go.
You got the same problem I got, man. Go ahead. Let the man say something. Jeez.
We're the comedy relief is what it is. So when they get done talking and need a breath, that's when we hop in because they got to breathe sometime. So when they do that, you're like, and then go.
But Monica's like don't take offense to this. Monica's like a beluga whale. She can hold her breath for like minutes, maybe even a half hour almost.
You just said it was a beluga whale. I'm
Not
really
like
trying
that.
to work on it. Okay?
That's God's creation.
I've
Settle
been
down.
walking. I've been trying.
Oh yeah, Jackie says she remembers us from Raquel's scavenger hunts. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun.
That was. It was the first one. Everybody was running. The guy was running 2 flights of stairs trying to find stuff.
That was Matt. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so funny.
We put in a shed, so that's where her sewing room. So we bought one of those portable sheds, brought it in. It had 2 raised lofts, and we finished closing it in and made a total closed-in attic for that shed. Mm-hmm. And then we split it up where half of it is for paintry and half of it is for her sewing that she does on the side for alterations and stuff. So that's where our canned goods are, freezers and all that stuff. So they're not in the house.
So do you have air conditioning in that?
Yes. I got a window unit for the one side to help keep the temperature down. And I got a radiator heater to keep the heat up in the wintertime so everything doesn't freeze.
Yeah.
Remind me, what are you in Oklahoma?
No.
Tennessee.
Oh, Tennessee. Okay.
So we don't get like deathly cold, and we don't usually get really, really hot. If we break 100, we did something. I mean, it usually mid 90s, upper 90s, heat index of 115. That's usually about as far as we go here. But I mean, that I've got an air conditioner that'll run like 260 square feet, which is more than what we need for out there. So it keeps pace with that out there.
Well, it's going to be hot there soon this week, isn't it? I mean, I think you guys are going to get that heat that we're in.
Yeah, it's supposed to go back up in the mid 90s. We've been in the 80s, and it's been in around 60 in the morning time. It's been nice.
That would be so nice.
Yeah, it was 66 when I woke up this morning.
The news called it fake fall.
Yeah.
So it's it kind of gives you a tease before it really comes in.
Yeah, that's deception. It's 97 right now. Almost at 8:40 at night it's 97 degrees, 99 in my sister's house in that area. So it's between 97 and 99 if you're in that 15-minute
76 here.
Yeah, when we started at 8:00 it was 103, so it's come down a few degrees. Yeah, it was beautiful this morning, and then it just turned into a literal oven.
You can't breathe.
Yeah, see, I'm all into planting my fall stuff, and I really needed to like last week. But dang, if I put them out now, they're gonna dry out.
Well, I think that's been my, it's kind of why I've always waited, because it's always pretty hot. I mean, I was looking back at like my Facebook memories, and it's still really hot like this. Last year it was hot like this, and the year before. So it's nothing really new.
And the year before that, and the year before
yeah,
that.
it's really nothing new. but it's, well, no, I'm saying
you're making it out like this is an anomaly that it's
because people like plant, right? So it's not always this hot. Like the first year we moved here, it wasn't in when we moved here in 2014, people were like, yeah, we're in a drought. It's really bad. We haven't had rain in months and months and months. And we moved here in August. We got here on like August 3rd. And it was like gorgeous. It was like in the mid 90s. Good night, Lori. It was like mid 90s. We had a breeze. It was beautiful. And I'm like, what's wrong with this? It never like tipped over like 100, really. Not 115, 112. It's not like it is now. It was hot, but it wasn't bad. I mean, we had a nice
dry heat.
And it was real dry, and it rained. It wasn't actually that dry. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like that. No, it's definitely not a dry heat like other places. But yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. And then it like rained, and it rained like cats and dogs in like September. And people were like, oh, we don't get rain like this normally. And I'm like, well, you're welcome. We brought it all from Maryland. I don't know what we did. I mean, it rained in August that year. It wasn't abnormal. I guess it was abnormal. Wasn't abnormal for us, but it was for them. But anyway, I planted. I'm not putting it in my greenhouse. I'm going to stick it in my garden so I can move it. But I'm going to have to keep it under the shade cloth. That's what I'm going to have to do when I replant. It's going to have to go under the shade. Because otherwise I'm going to be late like I was last year.
We might be late because of the pigs.
I'm going to be late because of the pigs now. Yeah.
The gangster pigs. I was listening to that earlier.
Otherwise,
that was funny.
Just stop.
Well, I've got a kiddie pool where I've got seedlings and everything started. Then I had cabbage moths that are out in the garden. They found them up here by the house. And so they laid like a gazillion eggs and worms all over everything I've done started. And so I was out there picking all these little bitty worms off last week. And so they're like half stunted now. And so now I'm like, I'm just going to leave them in the pool and just let them keep growing, keep them, bottom water, keep them moist. But now I'm like, well, do I need to just go ahead and set a whole bunch of cups out there and just put all my stuff out there since it's going to be so blasted hot so I can keep them wet? Yeah. I don't want to be, late. I already feel like I'm 2 weeks late on getting stuff out. But, I don't even know if I have any cardboard now to even cover them up to keep them moist for a little while, but I don't know what I'm going to do.
I think we got rid of it all.
I think we took them off today. Today was trash day. Take a trash off.
There you go. Well, we usually, normally we have a ton of boxes, and whatever we don't put in our garden, we'll use and we'll just burn. But we can't burn.
She buys more Amazon so she can get boxes so she can put them in the garden.
That's what it is. That I got to do it. But the problem is that we can't burn now.
You're not lying. It's almost like you're sitting at my house. You just literally said exactly what I think when I ride home.
We talked about this the other day on around the hay bale.
You guys are conspiring.
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to change my garden from a tilled garden to more of a no-till. I'm really trying to make that transition. And it's hard because you don't see a lot of people doing that. Like, you don't see a lot of people. She said goats. Well, you don't see a lot of people making that transition from till to no-till, like trying to do it in one season. I've been hard pressed to find a lot of like, how do you do it? Most people are starting because you just start a garden, you start with no till, you go from there. I'm starting from a tilled area. And so the weeds are out of control and just shy of burning the entire garden, and then starting, which he's like, no, we're not burning the garden. And I'm like, could we just catch it on fire? But we can't do that because it's like, we're not allowed to like light things on fire here like that anyway. So yeah.
Well, you got to be careful with burning it because some seeds, if you burn, that's the way they accelerate growth.
Oh my word.
So yeah, you have to be careful on burning stuff as well. It kills some stuff, and then it actually fertilizes or helps some stuff. So yeah, it could be good and bad.
Yeah.
I want to address this comment real quick. I'm not really sure why she would make a comment like this, that she's missing a good one, whereas all the other ones are bad.
Yes. All the other ones are bad. With Boots Bounty here, it's a good one.
Okay. Who's kicking people out tonight?
Do
You
not
like
kick
watch the
Jen.
dancing with the lives too.
Hey, Miss
Jen
Denise.
literally, Jen has a wrench. She can't be kickable. Hey, Miss Denise, how are you? Jen's not doing anything.
You can't kick out admins?
Why is that
No.
weeds on my crop cover? That's funny.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. At this point, that's true, Josh. At this point, that's what I've got going on right now is weeds on the edges. We just took a pull liner because we've got old pull liners that we've kept, which Eric was a genius in keeping them.
This is the only good thing that pulls are for. Go ahead.
The pull liners that are all trash that had to be replaced. Because we happened to the first pool we ever got, I was like cleaning it out and I was like, oh, I'm going to drain the pool and get it all situated. So in the wintertime, I won't keep all the water in it. Well, you can't do that where we are. We can't do that because if you drain all the water out, then there's nothing to hold the pool in place when the high winds come for severe weather. So October severe weather came, picked up the pole and wrapped it around our trampoline, which has happened to be right next to it. Trampoline has never budged. It stays in its spot. We don't have trouble with it. Other people are like, our trampoline's gone. I'm like, not ours. Ours is attached to the core of the earth, apparently. But the pole lifted itself from the ground, wrapped around the trampoline. So we just cut it apart and we lay that in the garden as, areas to kind of kill the weeds, but I don't have enough. I don't have enough of it though. I need
There's
to
never
try.
enough.
No, I don't have enough, but I'm trying really hard to lay a good foundation without tilling, like doing the no-till, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling with it. I feel like I just want to like till everything up.
Well, do you have trees? You don't have a whole lot of trees, do you?
In other parts of the yard. I don't have any trees around my garden.
Well, I was just saying, if you could get a whole bunch of leaves, use that as your mulch for the fall. And then that'll break down over the winter and be able to start that process.
But the thing is here is we don't really have leaves that fall off like over on your side.
Okay.
It's like they'll turn like a off color and then they just hang there until springtime. Which don't get me wrong. When I lived up in the Northeast and I had to rake the leaves up in the yard for when I was a kid, I hated that. So I don't have to worry about that. That's a benefit.
Mr. John up the road, he has a bunch of trees and he has trees that the leaves fall because he rakes his leaves.
That's a little bit different.
What I'm saying is we can grab his leaves. You want
to rake that guy's leaves up?
No, wait until he rakes it.
He does.
He rakes it. He puts it in the corner and we just go pick it up for him.
Or ride around, find somebody that's put their leaves at the street, and then you grab them from the street. It's already in a pile.
Right around the city. Yeah. Go in the city. They'll have them in bags.
Okay, in Dallas, there are no trees, okay? It's concrete
that's
and
true.
homeless people with tents. Homeless tents, and that's it. Like, that's the city.
Close to Dallas?
I mean, we're 50 minutes away from Dallas. The other city, I mean, that's really the only city. Even closer to that.
Big city, just go to town.
Well, in Rockwell, do they have any trees? I mean, they do, but it's too busy up there.
I don't know.
Well, see, like Dallas is it's a lot like our climate, our area. Yeah, we just got more trees.
Yeah, we
have a lot less concrete, a little more trees.
Yeah, it's true. Hey, Dawn, how are you? Hey, Shasta Valley Outdoorsman. Yeah, we definitely, when we drove through, so when we went to my mom's in June, and now this was June. So it wasn't like, I mean, everything was just beautiful green and lush, and it was raining still up in Tennessee. And we drove through Arkansas. We cut through Arkansas. We went straight through like the Memphis area, and we went straight across. And we drove from our house all the way to Knoxville that first night. So that was like a 12-hour drive all the way to Knoxville.
You were probably like 40 minutes from us.
Yeah, because we drive 40. I think it's 40, right?
40.
So we just drive 40 all the way through. Yep. We just kind of just right across. But it was like the most gorgeous drive. And Abigail's like, this is so pretty. I'm like, I know. It's
all trees. That's all it is. 40 is all trees.
Trees and mountains. It just reminds me, it's because it's mountainous. It's like very mountainous too, towards the end as well. Mm-hmm. And it reminds me, of course, you're going through the Blue Ridge and all that. And we just followed the Blue Ridge all the way north. So we just kind of like parallel drove. It was amazing. And Abigail was like, this is so pretty. I'm like, I know. I can't ever let your dad come this way. He'll never leave. He'll just stay up in that area. He wouldn't. He'd be like, all right, just come pick me up 30 years from now, I'm good. Like he would stay in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Hey, you can go back there on the back of the property and just build your little log cabin by the pond. We'll just leave you back there.
Look,
What is the laws in Tennessee for squatters?
Who knows? I mean, who says you got to know anybody's back there?
there you go, boom.
Right on. I will
Don't
be
forget it, what's
not
the matter?
there in a few weeks.
It would probably only take you about 7 hours to drive there too. So, because I think
Yeah.
Memphis is only 6 hours from us.
Yeah, we're like 6 from Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
we're about an hour. We're almost an hour east of Dallas, so we're even closer.
We're about 45 minutes north off of 40.
Northeast from
Yeah.
Memphis. So it's
Yeah,
about 45 minutes from Memphis.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of those really pretty areas too. Just like drive on up there.
I mean, I think that's definitely, and I know I've said this probably about 1,000 times, but that's one of the things I miss is the fall, being up there around the mountains.
Yep, the leaves, the trees.
And,
Yeah.
we had this thing last year that Monica kept telling me how the leaves actually change colors down here.
They
And
do.
I stood corrected. She actually was right one time. They did fall.
I was written many times.
No, I meant you were right about that thing.
No, I
That one.
was right about there are lots of trees that change color, and we even picked out and added 5 trees. Did we do 5 or 6 to our yard?
6.
6 trees to our
No,
yard.
5.
5. They're red maples and red oaks. So we will be the people that have the color changing trees in our
Yeah.
yard in like
Emma.
another 6 years.
Gaston Valley Outdoorsman. Yes, we live in the flatlands.
The flatlands. Fear weird not to see the mountains. Yeah, it definitely, when you're used to the mountains and when you're used to seeing it a lot, it definitely is weird when you don't see it.
It
and
feels
you have-
empty.
It does. It does. Leaves, see, look, Bro Cowgirl said leaves do change colors here occasionally, but normally it's green one day, froze, and brown the next.
See, that's what I've been trying to say right there.
Yeah.
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 But we do have people that have leaves that do fall up, and we could probably go grab them and use them as that like mulching area.
The leaves that are what she's referring to, the leaves that are falling off are the trees that die.
Oh my gosh.
They just
Okay.
give up on life.
Okay, so
They're
I have
like,
a question for you too.
It's too hot. We're done living. Look, last year I had 2 pine trees. One died. I can't explain why. And then I nursed the one because I had a leaky faucet. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take this hose and I'm going to let it leaky faucet around the base of the tree. And that thing lit. I got it through the entire drought. I kid you not, like 2 to 3 weeks into the drought, it just died. Or out of the drought, excuse me.
Yeah.
Out of the drought. It made it all the way through the tough part of life. And then it decided to give up right before fall.
Well, we were told anyway
That
that
was
most people around here have the pine trees don't last around here.
Really?
That's all we have.
Yeah. So we were told that because of the area we're at, most people don't have pine trees around here because they all die. And we were one of the few people in the area that in the fall, we had a ton of pine cones everywhere. It was awesome. My blue heelers, they don't play with like dog toys. They would get pine cones and run with pine cones. Now they have none. There's one tree out back and it doesn't really drop pine cones like the rest of them used to. And so this past winter, they were like, what, where's our pine cones? I'm like, sorry guys, you don't got anything. I mean, it was hardly anything for them. They were like sad walking around. They had nothing to play with because that's what they would play with. They run around, they chew on them. The rabbits, we would give them to the rabbits for their teeth, all that. But yeah, no, the trees, they died pretty quick. I mean, yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is.
There's pine trees. We use the pine needles on the garden and stuff like that. We just go out and in the middle of the woods and just rake them up, throw them in the wheelbarrow and bring them up.
Doesn't that add acid or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I put lime on the garden.
Okay, so I have a question for you. Eric always tells me that mulch is not a good idea for your garden. He has been
what?
Yeah, no, don't backtrack on that.
Don't you be putting words in my
For
mouth.
like, we've been married for 26 years. 26?
Yeah.
It's been 26 years? 26, something like that.
Wait,
Anyway,
why did you say it like that?
because I don't remember. I'm trying to math right now. And I can't, like, my math isn't mathing. Anyway, we've been married for a while. And anytime we've wanted to do garden, anything like that, he's like, no, mulch isn't good. And I'm like, well, just mulch it. Mulch isn't good. Because I guess weeds, or I don't know why he doesn't do mulch. I don't know why he doesn't like mulch. Why do you not like mulch?
Yes, Eric, why do you not like mulch?
I don't like mulch because if we're tilling, it makes it more complicated.
All right, well, with no till, all you have to do is move it out of the way, plant your stuff, and push it back.
I want
That's what
mulch.
we did.
Or
I'm gonna
with
get
no
those
till,
drop people.
yeah, with no till, you till, or I mean, with a till bed, you till it in, and then you just have to put more on top of it.
Yeah, but see, I just want to save time on tilling, and I want to like mulch the snot out of it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like I really like the way I've been doing it. Like, so right now, what I've been trying to do, because I have my gardens already planted, right? So I've been taking cardboard boxes and laying them down in my rows. I have all the cardboard in my rows. So I'm probably like making a really great area between the garden bed, between the actual rows where I want to plant. That's all like, but in between all that, I've then basically on top of my cardboard boxes, I've been throwing compost on it because I need it to stay still. Because if I don't put anything on it, they blow away. So I'm basically just kind of giving this I'm creating this really great soil in the walkway area, but it's been good because it's kind of cushioned around the plants themselves, because I also locally water. I don't like group water. We just water at the base of them, but it's one of those things where I'm trying, but all of my weeds are coming out the bottom of the boxes, and they're like, we're here, and they're like raising up, and they're trying to revolt, and I'm looking at it going, I don't know what to do.
Because they're allowed to see sunlight. That's why they're coming out. In the middle, it'll be dead as a doornail, but they're coming out the edges because it's thinner, or they see sunlight and they're just going to grow to it. Just like plants do whenever you start them from seed. When they get leggy, they're reaching for the light. So your grass is doing the same thing. It's just reaching. It's just coming out from under. Mine's doing the same thing. Where we did the beds, which we use the gen trash. Mm-hmm. We did those. And then that little area between the gen trash and the wood chips, you don't see anything. But because it's not like married together, we kind of have them separate, side by side, because this is the walkway, this is the bed. There's a weak area right there, then that's where the grass is coming up through. Because we made the beds and then we made the walkway, so we didn't have the cardboard that kind of overlapped. We did them one at a time, where we laid all the gen trash and then we got wood chips and we laid all the wood chips. So doing it that way, I've got it too. But as I'm walking through the garden 300 or 400 times a day, I'm just pulling out stuff as I see it, and you have to stay on top of it.
Yeah.
But it'll eventually quit.
Well, I think one of the things that helped, and there's a reason why I kind of wanted to go that way, is because last year I noticed there was a bunch of old hay that had started to compost down, and nothing was growing out of it. It was just there. And I started taking it was really dry, and I started taking it and putting it around a portion of just a little section of my garden. And I started kind of wrapping it around the base of my plants, which were, because I locally water, all my dirt is just washing away. So my plants are like rising up from the depths of, because I'm washing away all the dirt that's there. Yeah. It's got nothing to hold it in place. The soil itself is not dense. It's a very fine soil because I constantly till every year. So I'm washing away my soil, and I don't want to do that. And I know that's what's happening. And so last year I took the old, kind of broken down hay and wrapped it around around those, plants. And it really helped. Those plants did really well. And I was like, okay, Eric, I have an idea. I think this is kind of where I want to go, because every season that we till, we're just giving our chance to kind of wash away. We're just giving our soil, we're just making it, I don't know, we're aerating it, or whatever we're going to call it, so that it's just going to be easier to wash away each year. And I noticed that when I locally water, because I do pour a stream on the base of my plants and it just washes away. And I just feel like if I didn't till each year, that soil would be thicker. It would be more compact. It would be more nutrient dense, or whatever you want to say. And, that's
it would have more weight to it. It would have its own weight, because what we're doing is, we built our garden beds with the gen trash, and then we've got a pile of it that's extra. We went ahead and got another trailer load and just let it sit behind the garden, behind the shed. And now we're bringing that and putting a couple of inches on top of the beds that we made. And so it's just building on top of building on top of building. And so, it's, all your dirt and everything is going to settle. So it's going to shrink. I love Rachel, by the way. And so with you adding on top of it, it's creating that dense bed where it is going to hold water better. And it is going to hold itself there and be able to, hold and stabilize the plants better in the root system, so they don't just blow over and all that. So I think you guys froze up.
They did. Let's keep talking.
I don't know if they can hear us.
Well, they said they were having problems with their internet.
All right. Can you guys still hear us? Oh, there they are.
Okay, good. I was listening to you.
No, it's on our side.
Yeah, it's on our
I
end.
heard saying earlier they was having problems with the internet.
Okay.
And we're
Hey, I
gonna
want to say hey to Bomber Steve. I seen Sweeney's in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we sold our tiller when we moved because when we moved, we were like, we don't want to have to depend on equipment. We want to do this as easy as possible. And I've done hugelkultur beds before. I did that at the last house with the raised beds that we built, and they shrank so bad that I could not keep up with them. I couldn't keep enough dirt on them or in the beds to be able to keep up with it, especially because I had like perennials in there. I had my medicinals, my herbs and stuff like that. So the more it shrank, the more I had to put on top of it, the more I was covering my plants up. And I'm like, good Lord, these things are going to be 2 feet in the ground by next year, and I didn't care for that. So that's why I just wanted to just put a garden on top of the ground that we have and not work myself to death, tilling it and worrying about the equipment and the gas and the oil and all that stuff and maintenance. We're just doing it by hand. We're just doing it with what we got. And like I said, I don't want to have to rely on equipment. I don't want to have a tractor unless it comes to it where we are moving grain or feed or something like that, to make our lives easier that way because of the weight or the bulk of something. But I don't want to have to rely on a tractor either, if I can help it. Let's see. We'll keep talking while they are
frozen.
Looking at Monica's face here.
At least she's not a serious face like a while ago.
At least she's not.
I'm back.
Like getting under kids a while ago.
Back for a second here. Yeah, our internet is being crazy tonight. But I was trying to listen to what you were saying though too. See, we build. If you can still hear me, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you, can't see you.
Okay, good. We build our soil on top of itself each year, but we would till. So what we would do is that Eric would bring in a tractor full of our compost, which our compost bin is massive. We got a couple videos where you see it, and it's massive. He goes in there with our big bucket from our tractor, picks it up, big buckets full, dumps them in, and then the kids and I will just kind of spread them across the garden. And we just let it sit on there, and then we will, once it sits there for a few weeks, we will till that over and till it into. And I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I just want it to sit and go for it. I mean, I know we're doing something right because.
And you're gone. I'm going to jump in real quick. Because you're tilling it in, and I get, the whole purpose of it. But if you put all of the compost on top of the dirt and it rains or you water, it's still going to seep down into your dirt. So, 6 one way, half a dozen another. Either way, it's still going to feed your plants the way you intend it to, whether you till or whether you just leave it on top. You can still do exactly what you're doing, just don't till it in. And the rain and water and stuff will wash the nutrients in there and just plant straight into it, because like you said, you made the compost bin. It's been sitting there. It should be ready to go.
Hey,
my raised beds have been added to every year. The stuff breaks down fast. Yes, it does. Our raised beds, our raised rows, we started off, I don't know, we built them up 8 or 9 inches.
Yeah.
And I really can't tell a difference between what we put on top and our native soil anymore. Just in, since we built them in February, March, everything is just kind of blended in and looks really, really good. All of the cotton plants, the hulls, the plants, all that organic matter and stuff, or the compost and everything that's broken down. I mean, it's all black. The only holes and stuff that are left really that hasn't broken down is on top. Mm-hmm. And I'm just letting that use as its own mulch. Everything is just on top, all the cotton fibers and all of that. Like when it rains, you can see my beds are like cotton white. You're back.
Yay.
I'm back.
Because when it rains, it washes all the dirty plants and everything. It washed all that out. So I have like snow white cotton beds, because it's all covered in the cotton fibers. That hasn't broken down, but everything else underneath it has broken down. Yeah, the kids are on the internet again. Oh, she's froze.
She's gone again.
We start all our beds using solarization to kill the Bermuda grass and weeds. If we don't, the grass and weeds will come back. Yeah, we did not have time to do that. We moved in October, and by January, February?
Yeah, we was already started.
We had unpacked everything that we brought with us because we still have storage units. We haven't moved because, again, we have to build outbuildings to be able to bring all of our stuff. Again, there she is.
I'm back again. No, I was going to say, we just said that we had the worst week. We were the worst week with our internet. Poor Eric was trying to work at home on Monday, and we couldn't even get on to check what he needed to check on Tuesday either.
Lord.
No,
Wow.
Eric, we keep going in and out. It's really
We
bad.
have a lot of weeds with no till. Okay, so I did a homesteading for free kind of series, and it showed how we built our garden beds. And we were going to do the solarization, but like I said, we didn't have time because we had to hurry up and get the gin trash from the cotton gin because they start moving that stuff out to get ready for the next cotton season. They have to clean all that out every year. So we had to hurry up and get all that transported and moved to the house so we can start building our beds. And I wanted to be able to have it ready in time for the summer plants to go in about May. So between February and March, we were starting to build the beds. So we didn't get to laying anything down, but we saved all the cardboard boxes from when we moved, and we laid that down. And then we put the pine needles on top of it. And then we started putting the gin trash down, and we just layered it. So it was like, I think we got up to 10 or 11 inches deep because we knew it was going to go way down. And so we built it up really thick. I mean, you could look out there and you could literally see the garden sitting up off the ground because we had it piled so thick. And then we laid all the cardboard down and did the same thing whenever we got the wood chips. I called a couple of tree services out here and got them to dump wood chips. So that's what we've been putting in our walkways.
Well, they can't because they don't have any trees.
Right. That'd be kind of pressed for some wood chips. I had moles under my tomato plants, but it didn't do anything to them elsewhere. Oh, wow. My dad fights voles really bad. We have mole plants, and he grows castor beans, and the castor bean plants keep a lot of that stuff away. Moles eat bugs in the soil. They don't eat plant roots like gophers. Voles with a V, they're like mice. They will eat anything and everything. They would get up under and eat my tomato plant or my dad's tomato plants and his potatoes and anything that was in the soil. Voles would actually get in there and eat those. He went out there with shotguns and was shooting them. And he was trying to get them things away. Yeah. So Brenda, I go through there step by step. I have, you can look under the homesteading for free playlist that I have.
Yeah.
And
I just tagged
where we start. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, I have step by step in each video the different processes that we went through to build that. And I'm going to do some other stuff as we get into doing more stuff. But this year was the garden and getting moved and getting set up. This fall is going to be hopefully changing back into starting on the outbuildings. The shed that we have, we're actually going to build like 3-phase barn around it and have a big workshop on the back where all of his tools and stuff can go, and we can have a place to really go and woodwork and stuff. So that'll be
nice.
Hopefully this fall and spring. And then next year we'll start getting into other animals, but we're just doing one thing at a time so we can kind of adjust as we grow. We had asked the road workers for their wood chips too. Mm-hmm. We have a lot of moles here.
I think we're dealing with the moles and the voles here too, because I noticed our puppy, my 1-year-old puppy, my boxer, she has found like a way to get into my garden, and she has been digging holes. And I found in her the other day, she was running through the front yard as happy as she could possibly be, throwing something in the air. And I thought she just had a cow turd or something. And so I left her alone for a minute. And then I was like, what do you have, honey? And I walked over to her and she was like, you're not getting this. Like, you're not. So I snagged her up and I said, what do you have? Drop it. And she looked at me and she went, bleh, and she dropped it. And it, sure enough, it was a disgusting little, this big or so. It was like a little mole with its little like and his little hands. And I'm like, oh, and it was like a baby or something, but it was coated.
They're little.
Oh yeah, they're little. Oh, it was disgusting. I was like, no, ma'am, this is nasty. I picked it up with a stick and flung it into the street because she can't get it out there. But yeah, no, I was not happy because anywhere I would have put it. But I think that's why she's been going into my garden and she's digging them up and she smells them. And I'm like, seriously, thanks for the help, but no, thank you, because she dug up the edge of one of my tomato plants. And I'm like, no. But she's trying. I guess she's trying to help. But no, yeah, I this is the first year I've actually had a dog go after them. Trimming our way, asked for wood chips, nothing. Our neighbor paid him $20 and got 6 loads.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's why you didn't get none, because they already paid it, slipped them $20.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
you know, we do have the chip drop you can get here, I believe. But I think there's like a huge waiting list for that, because I know Carmen at Jesus Loving Homestead, she gets it down, and she's down in town. I mean, she's in town about 20 minutes from me, south of me, and she's had chip drop at least twice, I think.
I don't think anybody in Tennessee uses chip drop.
You signed up for that, didn't you?
I signed up for it and I stayed on their
At the
list
other
for
house.
2 years and never got anything.
Yeah.
And I mean, nobody uses it. It's just a bunch of old country boys around here. They don't even know how to get on the internet most of the time on their phones to be able to do all that. They're not going to be looking at the list trying to figure out who and where
That's
and
true.
when and all that. They don't do all that stuff around here.
Well, they were just cutting down trees up the road a while back. And I thought about stopping up there and being like, can I have some of these? But they're like way off the side of the road and they're like busy. And I'm like, I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, you're like, hang on, I'll be right back. And she's going.
They done cut 2 trees down over here. They cut down 4 trees down here. And don't think I didn't have my little happy butt running across the yard. Wait a minute. Do you need somewhere to drop those? Come up here and drop them in the driveway. They did.
My gosh. Yeah.
They have to unload somewhere, and they would rather go across the street or down the road than having to go across the county trying to go to their, dedicated drop spot.
Carmen's found that person.
Hey, there's Carmen.
Yeah. Arborist and get drops. Yeah, I knew she's gotten drops before because she uses wood chips too. Her garden is absolutely beautiful. Well, when it's not being burned alive by the Texas sun, it's beautiful. But it is what it is.
Oh, they have a hog.
Oh gosh.
Oh, well, we have feral hogs right now too, but they belong to us. They're a feral piglet that we raise, but they're little gangs. What they are, little jerks.
Yeah, Jen, you need to go hunt somebody down.
One of the things that we've incorporated in our garden here recently, in addition to Monica trying to get rid of all the cardboard Amazon boxes, which, by the way, that's why she watches all those murder shows, because they get rid of bodies. She gets rid of cardboard boxes.
She needs ideas.
Yeah,
everything's hidden in my garden.
So anyway, we recently started using those shade cloths, or they're not even cloth. What is it? What are those called?
It's shade cloth. They're like garden.
It's a net. Yeah. And you froze again. Okay, we're going to jump in here.
She's so serious.
We want to get shade cloth. We just haven't found what's going to work for us, because whenever you go back and watch some of the videos, whenever we show the garden and stuff, I can't decide whether I want to do shade cloth over just the whole thing. Hi, you're back. Or if I just want to put, like some smaller ones here, there, and yonder, and just kind of tack them up, put them over. Because I've got cattle panel trellises out there, so I could just literally hang them over it if I wanted to. I'm not real sure how I want to do it, so I haven't just ordered a particular size yet. So I don't know.
We haven't decided.
It ain't been hot this year either. It's hard to make compost.
Yeah, when we first started using them, a lot of our pepper plants, they looked pitiful. They looked like the trees that want to die. The plants were just like, you know what? We've produced enough peppers. We're just going to go ahead and call it quits.
They barely gave me anything this year so far, so I need them to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cardboard boxes we put down, Bomber Steve, they're almost gone. The only thing you see is what's sticking out the sides where we ain't got the wood chips down in the walkways. Because I've got my last little section of rows, the last, I don't know, it's not even a quarter of it. It's like an eighth of a garden. Just my last little row and a couple of beds is the only place we don't have wood chips. And you can see the cardboard boxes sticking out from under them. But as soon as you tug on them, the rest of it's gone. It's poof, just gone.
And those are going to get covered in chips as soon as we get done to it.
Yeah.
We got a chipper to be able to chip up the trees and stuff we're cutting down, but we just ain't got around to that yet.
That's not as handy as you really would think they are.
What?
The wood chippers.
It is, but it's not.
Look at their face.
It will be better. It's a learning curve to a chipper.
Yeah.
Well, for the home chipper, that's not the big one they have for the tree services. So when you have your other ones, then yeah, it's a little learning curve when you get your own personal chipper.
Yeah.
But I got it down now.
We got to get back to doing that because now since they are absolutely gone. Okay.
Okay.
It's just us now. But yeah, once we kind of get the garden settled and get it, growing on its own for the fall, then yeah, it'll be time to start chipping them up. We've been cleaning out a lot of the trees and stuff, and you can't click on it.
Oh, we never did stream that to.
It's okay.
We're still here. Us too.
Okay. But yeah, once the garden gets to growing on its own during the fall, then we'll start chipping up everything we've been cleaning out and saving, and we kind of got a pile going that we know we're gonna be able to chip up.
Yeah, we went through and cleared out a bunch of underbrush and small trees, and the stuff that was fairly straight, we got it set off to the side so we can just knock the limbs off of it and throw it in the chipper because we were doing sticks and everything, and that stuff was taking forever because the sticks would get hung. But it's good for chopping up leaves, and we're gonna be doing those big limbs, and it's gonna chip through them bad boys. So I'm not worried about it.
Maybe they're coming back. Yep. Didn't know we was getting our own live tonight, huh?
It's not time for that yet.
Yeah, we are.
We can give away one of their gangster pigs to Jesse.
We'll take our video off for a second.
Okay.
Oh,
So we have a lot.
Can you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
No.
Don't be creepy in the back with no screen and just talking.
Uh-oh.
Third party.
What are you doing?
Pull that down. Here we go. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, you're a robot.
Can you hear me? Are we robotic?
You're catching up.
A little bit.
Can you hear us? Let's see.
Yeah.
Can hear you, yes.
Okay. So, well, we're just gonna have to end it. Oh yeah, here's the echo.
You have to drop the YouTube.
Yeah, close the YouTube.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, good. So before we were cut off so rudely by our internet that has no respect for us at all, Eric was saying that we tried the shade cloth and we really like it. Our peppers are not trying to die on us. Right?
Correct.
Yeah, we got a 20 by 10 actually is what we got. Can you hear? Are we still robot talking?
No, you are good now. It's clear now.
Eric's face was like.
He's done. He's like, we're over this. It's over. We're done. But needless to say, shade cloth works. Do it. Bite the bullet and do it, Kacy, because I'm going to tell you, it was amazing.
This is clearer than it was a while ago.
Oh, see, good. Well, do the shade cloth. Trust me, it works. It is so good. It keeps everything from looking like it wants to give up life and completely die. So shade cloth, do it. It's worth it.
Well, the only thing that has really suffered, I mean, my squash in the hot of the day looked like it was dying, but it perked back up at night. My watermelon and cantaloupe, all my plants have died, and the fruit is still ripening. So I don't know. I'm like, how in the world are y'all getting fed with dead plants? But They're still sitting there ripening.
I wonder a
I wanted
trampoline
that
that
too,
it
Will.
could. Well, I did buy the 55% shade as well as the 75% shade, and they both seem to be doing great. I actually got them because they were on lightning deal. I got them for the pigs, and Amazon right there.
More
See?
boxes. Thanks,
More
Steve.
boxes is coming right. Thank you, Steven, for that suggestion. But no, they're worth it because you can fold them up at the end of the season and reuse them again next year. They're great for all the animals as well as because here's the thing. If I don't need them for the garden, then the animals will use them. Animals take priority over the garden.
Yeah.
Because they're food as well. But for the most part, they have been worth it. I think the most I paid for one of them was like $30 or $28, I think. And that was like with,
Hey, when you get them, you hit me up because I can't
Yes.
find them like less than $100.
okay, when I find,
But-
I will send you exactly what I use, and I watch for it. And as soon as I put it in my watch, kind of like a watch list.
Mhm.
And as soon as I see them going on sale, I snag them. Because the last time I did, I bought them. They were less than $30, and I was like, "Oh yes, ma'am, I will buy this."
Oh wow.
But yeah, yep, and it was worth it. And because Eric was like, "Are these real expensive?" I'm like, "Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. They're,
Not with
they're
T-Shop.
usually $50 or $60. But when I'm watching for them, I'm not. But it's still, even if it was $40 or $50, to take that edge off of the heat for the pigs at this point, it would be worth it. And right now we have one big long one. It's a 20 by 10. It's over the pig runs. And I will tell you that the pigs have been out of their pens, laying in their mud, covered up by that shade cloth. And it has really made a difference. And like Eric was trying to say before we got cut off too, that the ground around from night to night. So we go out and we water in the evening because otherwise we'll die if we go out there any other time. But even watering in the evening, he goes out there in one evening and the next day it's still moist. The ground is still moist. If we didn't have that shade cloth, it would have been dried up in 3 hours.
Yeah, it evaporate off.
Yes, so it is worth it. Oh, Jen says she gets them at Costco when they have them. That's a good idea.
Lord, we have to travel over an hour to go to Costco. Our closest one to us is in Memphis.
Yeah, that's a long way for a shade cloth.
Amazon's easier. It's better. It's just better.
It delivers to the house.
And you get cardboard box.
And you get the cardboard boxes. Seriously. All right. Well,
I usually try to figure out what she's buying because I got to figure out how much overtime I need to work each week.
Do you judge that by the number of boxes or the size of the boxes?
No, it's kind of like a combination. Now it's like if you remember the old Johnny Carson show where he'd put the envelope to his head to figure out what was going on. That's what it's like. You pick it up and just kind of shake it or listen to it.
Get out of here. Well, we're going to cut this night short because my arm is going to get mighty tired holding the phone up. And this internet is not going to cooperate with us the way it should cooperate, I think. So
True.
Anyway, we look, everybody in the chat, we thank you so much for hanging in there. Kacy and Steven, thank you for keeping the live going when we were fading in and out, like, aliens were coming to get us or something. We really appreciate it. I feel like the couple times that we've had really nasty internet problems, the Lord has set us up with amazing guests that night to keep it going the entire time. So thank you for being those amazing friends and amazing guests that are here and able to keep it going when
thanks for having us.
Fading in and out. Yeah, well, you know what? We love your channel. And if anybody's in the chat that hasn't checked them out, please go do it because absolute wonderful wealth of information. You cannot get you can't get a better channel really besides ours, but no, we're not better. We're even. We're on the even level. No, I mean, like really, no, for real though. There's so much information in Kacy and Steven. And Steven, you have Mr. Boots and Bounty still, right?
Yeah.
Good night, Ember. But yeah, you guys, so check out Mr. Boots and Bounty too. I didn't have time to put your link up and I probably can at this point, but I'm going to connect in the description. Once I get off of here and get my internet back, I will go in there and add both y'all's channels in there. So that way people can go check out both of them. But thank you guys so much for real. We appreciate you so much. Hey, who likes having amazing friends that come in here and save our butts when our lives going all to pot?
Farmers do.
And farmers' wives do. Thank you guys so much. Good night, everybody. Good night, Amber. Have a good night. Check out their channel. You're not going to regret it. Trust me, especially make the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
We're almost at 4,000 and you'll like Monday's video coming too.
Yay. Whoop, whoop. 4,000. Let's go. So subscribe and share, guys. Share it out. All right. See you guys later. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.